It's a trap, you walk right into the hate. All over a new king that's face is just replaced. It's all the same, you still be ruled by force. And no matter who it is, they'll still carry on the torch. Just a lie, cheat, steal, half of what you make. Taxation is steps, it's time to vacate the state. Newsflash, all your cash is an IOU. From killers who really do steal from you. Inflation is a weapon used by every nation who says that they're saving the world through lies. If they disguise and pass off as bravery, well, I got news, debt is slavery. It don't matter who's madder, a new master don't matter. When they both want the same, the state don't play no games. They got you trying to survive and put you on sides and ready to kill each other. That's conquer and divide. It's all for show or for hyper control.
I'm pretty sure this is the first shitcast of the month, boy.
And we're back with
I meant to say year.
And we're back with another episode of Bones and Tubs. We're here with you on this Tuesday, this dreary, muggy, not muggy.
Nasty.
I always fuck up the weather report.
Nasty AF.
I would be a terrible weatherman. Well, it's awful. It's balmy 32 degrees out today.
You're like, balmy? What are you talking
What the
about?
fuck does that even mean?
I feel like it's balmy here in Florida where I live.
Yeah, not balmy in fucking, Ohio in a temperate zone.
Yeah.
But no, it's not muggy. It's foggy and gross and muddy.
It's like London.
Yeah, like imagine like you
Sans
ever,
all the Muslims.
like watch a you watch like a movie that's set in like medieval England and everyth's just constantly wet and muddy. That's what it's like outside right now.
It's gross. Hopefully it's better wherever all of you are.
But today, just a shit cast, because we usually like to do one of those every couple of months.
We've had people message us like, well, I love the topics, but where's the shit shows? We want the shit cast.
This week's shit cast is brought to you by
Patreon.com/bones and tubs.
I was going to say Irish whiskey and
Irish whiskey.
orange-flavored sparkling water.
Or just regular sparkling water.
Yeah, there you go. But we're here. We're gonna go through some news, reports, and just shoot the shit,
That's what it's basically like our lives, except we have robot penises in front of our faces.
Maybe we'll put some pauses in there for you guys to like make rebuttals, like you're having a three-way conversation with your favorite podcasters.
Yeah. I'm going to get back on the live here in a second so we can talk about comments. If anybody out there in the live wants to say some shit.
But before we get started, there's always ways to make contact with us. You could always message us on Instagram.
Instagram.com/bones and tubs.
We have an email.
bonesandtubs@gmail. I've been on there writing y'all.
We're back on Discord, correct?
We are.
Can they message us on Discord?
Yes, I am painfully boomer when it comes to understanding Discord, but I did set it up last night, and I saw that we had some messages prior, because it was already technically set up.
Yeah.
But I set up a new room or server or whatever the fuck. And shout out to Steve Kaminsky from the Baked and Wake podcast, because he's sending some stuff on there. That's our dude.
It is our dude. You got to help out your fellow podcasters.
Smoke indica and do shit anyway.
Yeah. So, but there's other ways to get a hold of us. And, we're live every Tuesday doing the show. That's not to say that you shouldn't go listen to the actual show, because I feel like you're just getting the raw, when you watch the live. There's something I need to see.
No, just letting you know if you're cool with that position.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Well, I actually can't really see me all that well.
There you go. And listen to that bass hitter. I don't do that. Yours did, though.
Okay, now I think we'll have to... there we go. That's a lot better.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. All before you can see is like the tip of my nose.
Yeah. Who's the guy with the nose? Just the nose. Not the one that has the cap and the Jew nose. I know who he is. That's Bones. I talked to him on Instagram.
Yeah, you don't talk to me.
You just watch from the corner.
I'm a savage.
It's like a cuck text.
Ew. I don't want to be a cuck.
Like, we strike that from the...
Yeah, strike that from the record. I don't like that.
Probably leave it in the recording, though, because that shit's funny to me.
Okay, so, I'm sure there's things you want to talk about. Get started on.
Yeah. Well, first of all, are there any red links got going on? Anything new popping?
Yeah. So, according to this, spread of the coronavirus is inevitable, and the CDC has outlined a plan. So, basically, they're telling us there's no way to stop this.
Well, that's good. The reported numbers in Italy as of yesterday were 2 dead, and they locked down 10 fucking cities. Suck my penis.
There you go.
I don't believe you.
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, here's the thing about that whole coronavirus, a lot of people, you got people on both sides. You got people who are raising alarm bells and saying, like, listen, this is going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And then you got people like, saying you're being an alarmist. This is nothing. It hasn't even killed as many people as the regular flu kills every year.
Take a flu shot.
Well, to that, I will say,
take a flu shot.
The best bellwethers for things like this, I feel like, are like the stock market.
Which is
considering the Dow Jones took a gigantic fucking shit yesterday.
Stocks stay red. 10-year yield another low.
Yep.
World on lockdown.
Well, that has something to do with the fact that like China is not participating in the world economy right now, more or less.
I would like to shout out the Ice Age Farmer on YouTube.
Yeah, that was a great video.
Where he talks about he shows you the supply routes on the maps, like where where things come from originally. Like we send all of our chicken, pork, and fruit, some of our fruit, veggies over there to get processed and then sent back because that makes fucking sense, right?
Globalism,
world
economics, right there, buddy.
It's a great day.
We have ushered in an age of redundancy that we have yet to comprehend.
But he points out that there's 120,000 reefer, which is a shorthand term for a refrigerated unit. 120,000 refrigerated units, train cars basically sitting full of our shit that's just rotting in port.
Shipping containers, if you will. They look like shipping containers, except they have a refrigeration unit on them.
Yeah.
They are
cold boy.
Yeah, they are sitting. They have to be plugged in. They're not being plugged in.
Yeah.
And the meat is just rotting. And that's our meat. In the grand scheme of things, it's our meat getting sent over there to rot. Also, whatever meat's not rotting is getting taken in by the country of China because their meat supplies have dwindled because they have had to go through and systematically slaughter hordes of animals to try to fend off infection.
Yeah, they have like 3 diseases going on right now. I'm going to look this up for the actual number, but I want to say something crazy like they killed off 80% of their livestock when it came to porcine or piggies.
Yeah, they're taking U.S. pork like gangbusters right now.
I've seen videos where the Chinese take American pork.
Listen, yeah. I mean, listen, I'm pretty sure that the Chinese people have a hunger for pork as strong, if not stronger, than Americans. Don't get me wrong, I love pork myself.
What do you think they do to the pork? Hold on. Pork, air quotes, that you get at like a Chinese restaurant that's like pink.
Yeah, I remember you cited that before. Because, like, I used to get, before I started keto, I used to get a big quart of that pork lo mein.
So good. I mean,
so fucking good.
Whatever they put on that rat meat is really good.
I don't want to believe that it's rat meat. You know what I mean?
You ever had pork that looked that way?
No, but the thing is...
dyed the rice around it?
But here's the thing, you'd have to have, like, it's like that, you remember... Back in the day, there was an urban legend that McDonald's used earthworms to make their hamburger patties.
It's too expensive.
Yeah, and then they've come to find out that earthworms are actually more expensive per pound than beef.
Right.
So I would raise the same question, like, there's not rat farms out there. Is there, like, supplying heavy supplies of rats?
I did see a survivor, or a prepper, I should say, prepper channel on YouTube, and he keeps rats.
For eating?
Well, for pets. For now. Like we talked about the guinea pigs.
Well, okay, and that's the thing. I feel like guinea pig meat would taste better than rat meat.
Yeah. Did you know that rats are the longest animal relationship with humans on the planet?
It's sad because I feel like dogs should have that place.
They will. Well, they're definitely the best boys.
They are definitively the best boys.
How many times have you heard in human history of like a dog plague? Like, rats are known for being nasty.
Yeah. Dogs help people. You know? Dogs are the good boys.
I can't find a percentage, but I did find that just in the last year, they killed 100 million swine.
It's a lot of pigs.
If you check out the Ice Age Farmer page, he talks about, like, warehouses full of eggs and shit, just, like, going back nobody.
I just don't understand, like, okay, because I'm stupid, right?
Well, I am, too.
I'm a straight...
A dumb head?
Dumb head. Yeah, I'm not going to say the R word.
No,
I'm not going to say that. That's mean.
I'll put it backwards.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I prefer that. I try to avoid that word, you know?
I get it. I don't.
I try not to be that type of person. And I don't have a degree in economics, you know? But wouldn't it make sense, like, Think about the cost to actually, like, I'm trying to figure out where the overhead's at with, like, keeping our pork and chicken and meat production here where we grow it, right?
Right.
Instead of sending it overseas. Because to me, that doesn't make any sense. Like, and I know you cited cheap labor, but does the cheap labor, like, think about all the costs that come with shipping across, like, the ocean, right? Think about how much that costs.
You'd think it would cost a lot.
But apparently it doesn't.
Well, no, I mean, it's like there for a while, all the beef that you found in the store, I think they passed a law, what was it, 3 years ago, where everything had to have country of origin printed on it.
Yeah.
And then they struck it down.
Yeah.
So now some does, some doesn't. But like most of our beef came from fucking Brazil.
Yeah. Well, that's not anything new. Our beef has been coming from Brazil. And my dad said when he used to work in the green grocers market that a lot of our stuff also came from Australia. I don't know if that's true anymore. But in South America, beef production is huge. I mean, it's way bigger there than it is here.
I get that, but what are we doing with our beef?
That's a good question.
You know what I mean?
Well, see, here's the thing. Like,
we live in fucking Ohio, so there's cows everywhere.
Actually, Ohio's known for their pork production. We are pork producers.
Get that pork meat.
I mean, I'll agree with you, but most of our cattle farming in Ohio is dairy farms.
Yeah.
Which are slowly dying out as well.
Which is crazy because I love drinking milk.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't drink milk anymore, so I'm part of the problem.
Shout out keto.
But I do eat cheese. Which
Can't have cheese without milk.
Exactly.
Do they have any of that fake ass shit like you see at your local Fred Meyer or your Kroger?
It tastes like Play-Doh?
Where it's like
fake cheese?
Yeah, do they have that shit? Like,
yeah, vegan cheese.
So what are you doing?
I don't think you could, like, the thing that kills me is, like, you know, you have, like, vegan hot dogs and stuff like that. Like, how can you even call it? Can you just, you just call it, like, a stick of processed foods mashed together, you know, that has no meat in it.
Get your life together.
You know, I mean, I'm just as culpable. I eat fucking hot dogs, and those things are a goddamn Frankenstein monster.
Lips and assholes, my dude.
Yeah. Hey, I'll eat the fuck out of them, though.
I mean, I just ate one the other day, and by one, I mean like 4.
Yeah, it always made me sad that Conn's, a local company, used to produce hot dogs, brats, bologna, all that stuff. Now they just produce bologna. They stopped producing hot dogs. And Conn's hot dogs, I don't know. It would have to be local people would only know. But Conn's hot dogs are the best.
No.
You don't think so?
Nope.
What's the best hot dog then?
Nathan's.
Okay, but Nathan's is like it's like the next tier. I'm talking about like
just an average dog.
Like we're talking about, say, like let's apply bar terms here. Okay.
Okay. You're talking.
Conn's is like a well drink, right? But it's the best of the well.
It's the best of. I see.
Yes, it's like the Popov of.
I mean, yeah,
hot dogs.
I get that for sure.
Okay. Now Nathan's, that's top shelf.
Oh, I don't know about that. Can you have top shelf lips and assholes, or does it only go to the second shelf?
Although I will say this, Nathan's is good, but I'm going to have to go with, if I'm going top shelf hot dogs, it's going to be Queen City. Yeah, another local brand.
Those are good.
Their dinner franks are,
premium.
By and large, the best hot dog out there.
Yeah. I want to get into this conspiracy real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, because I think our hot dog sojourn has ended.
I do want to help you down the drunken rabbit hole for news later.
Yeah, of course.
But this is a theory that I kind of, anyway. So I watched this video on The Crow House on YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's youtube.com/The Crow House. It's Max Egan. He reposts a mirror video, just in case this video gets taken down. It'll be on 2 channels. It's titled Q. Q is for Queen's Kinetic Coronavirus Patent. I can't see. It's a show that was put on, it looks like over the internet. I don't know the name of the show. It doesn't have it on the video, but the 2 guys are Michael McKibben and Douglas Gabriel. And they basically talk about, they both have like research teams. They're both deep involved with, researching the truth. Yeah. And in the video, they prove that this company, QINETIQ, which is pronounced kinetic, but has 2 Q's in it instead.
I see what you did there.
It's cute.
Yeah.
He ties in QAnon, security Q clearance, that company, with the Queen, because the Queen is majority shareholder of that company. It's a. Let's just read the DuckDuckGo. I like that. I like what they do with that picture there.
I wanna talk about this.
Okay, too. We definitely will.
This is something to talk about. I was just talking to Big Dick Nick about that yesterday.
What do you say?
You know, I think he takes a lot of my conspiracy talk in stride.
I remember that he sought us out
He did.
about his wife
Yeah.
and her conspiracy.
Well,
love.
I mean, I'm not going to quote the wife. It could be his wife is just hard into conspiracy.
I like to think it's him, though.
Yeah, it's the same way with Reverend Dynasty and his son.
Son.
Yeah.
Even though he never had a kid.
Speaking of which, shout out. I haven't
just
seen that
kidding. I'm
motherfucker
kidding.
in like a week. Where the fuck has he
I
been?
don't know, man. I've been hearing about him, though. I got a text about him earlier. So anyway, back to the Kinetic company. This is from their website, kinetic.com. Kinetic is a British multinational defense technology company headquartered in Farnborough, Hampshire. It is the world's 52nd largest defense contractor measured by 2011 defense revenues, and the 6th largest based in the UK. As a private entity, Kinetic was created in April 2001. Prior to this, it had been anyway, blah, blah, blah. So it's a defense company. Its majority shares are owned by the Queen.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Charmed, I'm sure. Well, you didn't say anything about custard, mate. But they supposedly had proved in this video and on their website, which if I find, I will put on the video in the podcast description, that this company owns a COVID-19 patent and a vaccine. And it led me down the rabbit hole. This is how my brain works. But as soon as I listened to this, I was thinking like, wow, that's crazy. I thought that came from a weapons lab in Canada. But then I remembered that Canada is owned by the Queen, or the Crown, I should say, much like New Zealand or Australia. So this original coronavirus that had first been found in an Italian's lungs in 06, I believe, if I remember from our previous shows, was isolated, discovered, and sent to this weapons lab in Canada, and then changed, given HIV insertions, SARS tendencies, and whoever else knows what, you know. And then it was either stolen or sent to Wuhan by 2 Chinese expats of Canada because they were thrown out for being spies. And then it just so happened to get released in Wuhan, 20 miles south of a weapons lab, level 4.
Where that's the thing. The lab was a mere 200 yards from the supposed
200 yards?
meat market where it originated.
It was 20 miles for some reason.
No. It was like literally, I mean, we're talking less than a mile away. I'm pretty sure it's 200 yards away. Like, it's not a great distance away from this meat market.
Right. So it was released, and that weapons lab had like 4 SARS bioweapon releases in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But it was released on the Year of the Rat during the Chinese New Year where they travel.
We've talked about that. Yeah.
Right. I'm just, I'm putting it all together.
Yeah.
So we started, and then it kind of went along with that Ice Age farmer video that we were talking about earlier, where he shows all the shipping lanes and all this getting shut down. And it brought me back to that old boy, that British East India Trading Company boy. So with this, if this conspiracy was to be true, the Queen or the royal family initiated a bioweapon release in China during the time of the year where it was most likely to spread all over the world in order to call the population, make a jab at the Chinese for being rats or pestilent. That's how they view all of us.
Well, see, and that's
Pests.
the thing. Also, take note, because Italy's going through it right now, right? Northern Italy specifically.
Yeah.
Do you know what goes on in Northern Italy right now, literally today?
I don't.
They have Mardi Gras.
Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot.
Mardi Gras isn't just a New Orleans thing. Mardi Gras is celebrated in many Catholic countries.
Do they have boobies there?
Boobies?
Yeah.
They wear goofy-ass masks and shit like that.
So that's an American invention?
Well,
boobies for bees?
I mean, I don't
bees
know.
For boobies?
Tits out for Mardi Gras.
Dicks out for Harambe?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know
Everybody's
if they trade beads for
we have
titties,
downloads in Italy. If you all want to hit us up and let us know or send us pictures.
Mamma mia.
I saw a desk thing that rolled. And
Yeah.
it was the hand.
Nice.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No, so it just seems weird. Like, the first spike in Asia happens right around the year of the new lunar. The first spike happens right around the Lunar New Year when people are traveling. This new spike in Europe is happening during Mardi Gras, specifically in northern Italy, in areas that are known for their celebrations, i.e. Milan and places like that.
Probably a lot of travel happening.
In the quote-unquote well, it's not quote-unquote. It's the Lombard region of Italy.
So it's all lining up with travel. It's weird, right?
Yeah, it would be crazy, like, if it made its way to southern Italy by the time of, like, Easter. which after tomorrow is approximately 41 days.
Look at
42
you
days.
with your calendar math.
Well, I know that tomorrow's Ash Wednesday. And 40 days. Well, no, it's 40 days. 40
Where
days.
they cover your third eye with ash?
Yeah.
Symbolically? Anyway, go ahead.
40 days from Ash Wednesday is Good Friday. And then 2 days after that,
Ishtar.
the rising. Right?
Good.
And if you didn't know already, during Good Friday to Easter, there is a fuckload of traveling in Italy to Rome, where Rome caters to people all over the world who travel there.
Yeah.
As a form of like pilgrimage, and then return home afterward
To their home country.
So what are we talking about? We said that they're putting it up at almost a 14-day gestational period for this virus now.
They have it from 14 to 24 days.
Okay, so
Almost a fucking month. You can walk around with this motherfucker and let it go without having any symptoms.
that within that 40-day mark, it's going to travel its way from northern Italy to southern Italy, and then from there.
So anyway, after a little bit of technical difficulties, we're back. To touch up, Weapons Lab, Kinetic, QINETIQ, Queen-owned majority shareholder, also owned largely by the Carlyle Group. That's a great fucking rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah.
Supposedly has a cure in the form of a vaccine and a patent on the virus itself. It's released all over the world and specifically parts of the world that are, like he said in the earlier half, parts of travel for whatever reason. And it's destroying shipping routes, which are largely through China, through globalism and all that nonsense, slave labor, what have you. To create I wonder if that's to recreate the British East India Trading Company, sort of, like where they have their monopoly on all the trade systems. You come out with the cure after a lot of people die, so you make a lot of money that way. You kill a lot of people, which is, it's on the Georgia Guidestones. They think we're vermin. They want the planet for themselves.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. And also, get the central hub of all the transport money. It's just an idea. And it also led me down an old rabbit hole where I've kind of entertained the thought that maybe the American Revolution, right? American Revolution?
Yes.
Yeah, freedom from Britain was a LARP. They saw all the anger rising up near their own castle, and they were like, we gotta get rid of these motherfuckers. Yeah. So they sent some rich folks who legitimately wanted to burn it down, and some of their plants via Freemasonry.
Well, yeah, I mentioned the fact that the one binding tie during the revolution was that it didn't matter. It seemed that a lot of our founding fathers were Freemasons or had connections to Freemasonry.
Yeah.
In the first place.
That's fine.
But so I think the next thing I want to talk about was, the other day they had I don't know if it was a caucus or a primary in Nevada, and Bernie Sanders won by a landslide.
So this next election is going to be hyper-capitalism versus Marxist nonsense.
I'm here to tell you now, there is serious discussions going on. I feel for Democrats right now. I surprisingly do. I feel bad for them because there is a serious, there's a lot of strife going on right now, and it has to do with the neolibs, which they're just as in touch with Wall Street and everything else, and getting money from them as Republicans are.
Yeah,
fighting a revolutionary faction. That, as far as I'm concerned, it's just power. It's one power group seeking power from another power group. That's all it is.
Right.
And the thing is like, I'm here to tell you now that I've never put any faith in the government.
Thank God.
They're an ineffectual body that quite possibly is the most inefficient form of. Well, they're ineffectual at everything they do, aren't they? Everything that they have control of, they're terrible at. Infrastructure, our roads and bridges are garbage.
Yeah.
And they take our money anyways and say that it's for infrastructure, and it's still garbage.
That social contract hitter that you signed as a baby.
No, I never signed anything. Well, we've talked about that before.
I want to preclude to a future episode that we're going to do, but we need to do the research on the Act of 1871.
Okay.
Google it. Anyway, sorry, continue.
I know what it is, yeah.
Well, you do. I'm talking to these folks.
Yeah. So,
Oh, y'all.
the way I look at it, there's a serious, it's a crisis of the soul for the Democrats right now because they're dealing with Sanders, who is a populist socialist Democrat.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, and I've said this about Bernie before.
Move in on that mic, my dude.
Sorry. I've said this about Bernie before.
Yeah.
I don't think his means justify his ends, right? And the thing is, at the end of the day, like he wants
that he's a bought off piece of shit.
Well,
Like he's actually their
let's
pick.
talk about above the board Bernie Sanders for a minute.
Okay.
I mean, we all believe politicians are all pieces of shit,
Right.
but let's talk about above the board Bernie Sanders for a minute here. Here's the thing: I don't think his means justify his ends, right? Because like, there's a dude who like is so like eaten out the ass of communism that he's willing to say, well, not everything that Fidel Castro did was bad. Listen, you can say fuck Fidel Castro because he was a fucking dictatorial piece of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, like okay, yeah, you're right. He brings up Fidel Castro had a literacy program that was like had a huge success rate, right? Okay, but here's the thing: if your government, if they do all these good things, but it's tainted in some way by fucking garbage legislation or garbage policies, i.e., detaining people that are critics of your government. Mm-hmm. Okay, then you're garbage. It doesn't matter what you do besides that, you're garbage. Okay, I'm sure Hitler had policies that were absolutely fantastic for people.
Right.
For some people.
Racist.
Okay, but the fact that he decided to round up people that, as far as he concerned and his government was concerned, were undesirables and have them killed in camps completely negates anything good that man ever did.
The hats are too tiny. Take the gold from their mouth.
You get what I'm saying, though?
No, I get it.
It taints everything else you do. So the fact that Fidel Castro was willing to jail dissenters, okay? If Fidel Castro was such a benevolent leader, why did people leave Cuba in droves to escape his government?
Yeah.
How many people? Like, think about it like this: how many people flee the United States because because you're allowed to criticize your government and not get jailed for it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure people definitely flee.
I mean, do we have our problems?
Oh, yeah.
God, yes, we have our fucking
I mean, that's
problems.
what our show's
Jesus
based upon.
fucking wept we have our problems.
Yeah.
But for the love of fuck, like, you could say fuck Fidel Castro, like, you're not going to lose brownie points with these commie fucks, okay?
Unlike the court of Facebook, where I can't say things without hurting people's feelings, I can say in the free world, even though we're actually tax slaves on a tax farm. We'll get to that later, but
Yeah.
I can say fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I can say fuck Barack Obama.
Yeah, it's like a
I can
discussion.
say fuck the Queen.
Yeah, it's like a discussion I had the other day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I was like, somebody thought for a minute that I was defending Donald Trump, when in fact, I was like, listen, I probably hate that dude more than you do.
Yeah.
I was
Don't
like,
eat a dick.
I was like, but here's the thing. I was like, I hate all of them.
Yeah.
Not a single one of them. Like, I would give the time of day to, and even the ones that I'm kind of like all right with, like, fuck them too.
It's just the fact of reaching a point in your life where you realize that government is slavery. It's super simple.
Like, if a profession attracts the worst people to it, right?
Yeah.
Politics is by and large the worst culprit in that case, right?
ACAB.
Like, think about it like this. Yeah. Oh, well, okay. That's a good example.
Yeah.
Or I was going to say, think about like the priesthood,
Right.
right? Okay. Here's the thing.
They can't fuck women, but they have an endless supply of altar boys.
But here's the thing. I would say that the pedophiles are in the minority, right? But it attracts pedophiles.
Yeah, it's a pedophile magnet.
So, by that logic, you can't gatekeep that shit either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is about politics is like where I'd say pedophilia is in the minority. Power hungry demagogues are the majority of politicians. By, I mean, a huge margin. We're talking 90%. They're not in the minority. They're in the majority. Like, they're so full of themselves and what they think they can do and what they're capable of. Yeah, you see it every day.
Yeah.
They're power hungry fool. They're power hungry fiends.
Are we talking about Jews still or the government?
I'm talking about the government.
Sorry, I'm going through the comments. I saw the Condor. Shout out the Condor. You know.
No, I would never say that. We talked about this before.
I know. It's just cheeky nonsense.
Speaking
it's a shitcast.
Speaking of Jews, though, I did see I'd say big dick energy of the week goes to the dude who stopped that guy during the Hanukkah stabbing thing that happened in New York. Mm-hmm. Okay, the dude that stopped him, right?
Yeah.
Because, he went on a stabbing spree during...
Who did the stabbing?
As what do they call it?
Black Israelite.
Black Israelite. Okay.
Fantastic.
He went on a stabbing rampage of a bunch of Jewish people, right? And a guy stopped him, right? Some anonymous individuals were wanting to give him $20,000 for stopping this dude, right?
Yeah.
He refused the money.
Oh.
Do you know why?
Why? Because he was doing the right thing?
He said he thought that the anonymous donors were Zionists. Big dick energy of the week.
That's the biggest dick energy I've heard today.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm shit casting right now.
That's what we're doing right now.
A Jew refused money.
Oh my God! What if they offered to pay him in pennies?
Okay, I'm just joking. Like I said,
it's just jokes.
We've reiterated our stance on the notion.
Check out our, I believe, 2-part episode on Zionists.
Yeah. So he said he thought the money came from Zionists and he refused it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about a Orthodox Jew refusing $20,000 because he thought they came from Zionists. That is big dick energy if I've ever heard it in my life.
For sure.
Like, holy shit. Here's the thing. I don't think, if I did something like that and someone offered me $20,000,
I'm taking it.
I might whore out and take it.
I did my ancestry and gave my genetic profile to the corporations who then give it to governments, but I don't have any Jew in me, and I would take that money.
Yeah.
Shout out to, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to, we didn't talk about this beforehand, but we talked about it yesterday. Stink.butt.69.
I love that name.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
For that badass graffiti you gave us. Mm-hmm. I would like to know exactly where that was. That's fantastic. We put it in our story. I believe we made an Instagram post also.
Yeah.
Also, shout out CBS74 for getting ready to do it.
Yeah.
We love all you motherfuckers.
Yeah, a couple of people came out and said, holy shit, I didn't know that was a thing. Let me go ahead and get on the ball on that one.
Well, CBS was already talking about it before. He said, man, it sucked. I wish I could have been the first.
Yeah.
I'm like, we don't keep count, my dude.
You could have been.
We love you all.
We do.
But yeah, check him out on Instagram, stink.butt.69. Follow him. That's a badass name.
Yeah.
909, bro, had something on here I wanted to shout out. Bloomberg's tiny hat is going to buy it. I'm talking about the election.
Oh, jeez.
No,
I don't know, though. They've been shitting on him so much here lately because he, as far as I'm concerned, and,
they should. He's a piece of shit.
Can I replace my...
we talked about...
Can I replace my ANCAP hat for a minute and put on my... my green hat with the red star on it real quick?
But of course.
Okay, Bloomberg represents the highest echelons of the oligarchy.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck the oligarchy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
It's all about the shekels, he said.
He's such a fucking savage.
Hey,
I love you, bud.
That's stink butt.
Oh, that's stink butt?
It's all about the shekels. Shekels rule everything around me.
The savagery abounds.
Man,
we're
really
going to get accused of some shit.
That's fine. He said Detroit, Michigan is where that's at. So I was right about that. I just hit back. I'm an idiot. Oh, God damn it. I got rid of all the chat. I'm sorry. God, I did it twice. What am I doing?
You're all good.
Shitcast for real. No.
But no, so, and the other thing I wanted to talk about was, so I guess Julian Assange's trial has begun.
That's some bullshit.
For extradition. And, the U.S. is heading out troops were put in danger.
Eat a dick.
Over his information drops, and Al-Qaeda used it to their advantage.
Al-Qaeda. Really? They used it, huh? Yeah. Did they?
The terrorist organization that was at least part and parcel founded by the CIA, which hit us up on our CIA episode part 1 and 2. We talked about that.
2-part hitter.
Is saying And it's probably people from the CIA that are saying it too. That's the
They're
big
shit.
part.
Exactly.
Man, they just like they don't even give a fuck, dude. Like and that's the part that kills me about all of it. Is like all this information's out there. You don't have to search for it really. It takes minimal effort to
all
find
free.
these things.
Swipe your EBT.
But they still end up having it anyways. You know, normalization.
That's
you know?
whistleblower fucking intimidation is all that is. They're gonna fucking lock him up and look what they did to fucking what was the dude's original name? Bradley Manning.
Yeah. For what? Bringing
They probably tortured his ass and made him a fucking psychopath. And now he's Chelsea.
Yeah.
Like Jesus fucking
I
Christ.
mean, like that's the thing. Like we're going to condemn these individuals who decided to say, you know what? Fuck these governments. They need to be more transparent with what they do, and I'm going to make them transparent. That's not the goddamn thing they can do. You know, like, as far as I'm concerned, they're up there in the pantheon with Marvin Heemeyer and fucking,
oh, shit. We forgot about that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll wait.
what's his name? Guy who did Behold the Pale Horse.
William Cooper.
William Cooper.
Bill Cooper hit her.
Yeah. You know, he's in the pantheon. You know, they're up there in the same echelon. You know, Marvin Heemeyer, Bill Cooper, you know, and when they kill Julian Assange, because that's coming, he's going to be up there too.
Right.
You know, Chelsea Manning, when she goes, you know.
I don't know, man. This Condor reminded me. We were talking about it before we went live, but Harvey Weinstein.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I think we said it on the show before.
How tall is his hat, you think?
I don't know. I want to see.
Is it a small hat?
I want to see the genitals.
Yeah. Show me your genitals. Your genitals.
Because listen,
Your
all of them are talking about
genitalia.
how he has this like these marred, like I don't know how to describe it. It sounds like a bobcat got a hold of his junk. You know,
They turned his Audi into a innie
yeah.
with no foreskin, of course.
I gotta tell you, like, and here's the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that the jury saw.
Oh, my
it,
God.
you know,
Can you read it from there?
no. What does it say? Hold on.
The Condor said, going to prison, he oiled his last vey.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! But I'm gonna go ahead and say the jury got to see pictures of his genitals because I feel like okay, if they're all accusing him of having like disfigured genitals, right? If I was on the jury, I'd have to be like, show me the money.
Right.
And by money, I mean your penis.
His dick pussy, as the Condor put it.
Yeah.
That's what how did they describe it? Wasn't it like it was non-existent, or it was literally an innie for real?
Yeah, like it was like mutilated. Like something bad had happened to it. Like he looked, like they said he looked like a burn victim.
He looked like that dude from the Gauntlet that you sent me.
Ooh.
The one with the drill.
Yeah.
Except he had Audi meat. I imagine Harvey's been at it for a while, though.
So I'm going to go ahead and assume the jury got to see those pictures. Now, so those pictures, as far as I'm concerned, have to be a matter of public record now, right? So would a Freedom of Information Act, a FOIA petition, get those pictures out there? Because I listen, and I'm right there with the jury. I mean,
Let me see your dick, bitch.
show me the money.
Yeah. Listen,
You know?
if I'm on court, if I'm ever in a courtroom for some fuck shit like that, and somebody comes up and says some flippant shit about my genitals, I'm gonna pull my pants down.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to befriend.
evidence.
I'm going to befriend a corrections officer at Rikers Island, and I'm gonna find the person who does the shakedowns when they come in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask him because
What's that dick pussy look like?
Tell me
What that smelled like?
Not only that, I'm going to get him, and then I'm going to get one of those professional
The drawers.
yeah, like the sketch artists.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have them draw it out for me. I'm going to have that person. I'm going to have that shakedown officer describe it to the sketch artist, and then the sketch artist is going to give me the photo.
Can we make it like him, like Harvey, his fat little fucking face, like looking up profile?
Like, I'm gonna be frank.
Next to his genitals.
Yeah, I'm gonna be frank. I've never wanted to see another man's genitals more in my entire life.
Okay, and that's fair.
No homo.
Nah, I wasn't even going to put you on the dick because you made a solid white knight statement there.
Well, that's the thing though. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah,
you know,
or the penis for that matter.
In the penis.
If you respell pudding and you switch the letters around to penis, you're right.
I don't think you could do that. But
listen, don't tell me what I can do. It's 2020.
You know what? You could take the rest of it off and just make pud, and pud is a reference to
You
a
didn't say anything about poop.
small tuna can dick.
Yeah.
But
Let's see what else we got here. 909, bro. I do agree with you, my guy.
about what?
Weinstein stock market, etc., are all distractions from the slow-moving COVID-19. Do agree. Let's see. Oh, speaking of corrections officers, what are the first 2 letters in the phrase cocksucker?
CO.
Thank you.
Did somebody post that?
No, it was just in my head.
I like it, though.
I'm fucking retarded.
I like where your head's at.
Proof is in the dick pussy tubs, says the condo bra. Watch for the workhorse to sweep the media soon. Been a while since the old 2A workhorse has distracted us. Perhaps he will suicide and respawn in Tel Aviv. Much like Jeffrey Epstein, who didn't kill himself.
I did see a funny meme that was a fake Hillary Clinton tweet where she said, just out of curiosity, where is Harvey Weinstein being held?
Shut up, bitch.
You think about it, though, dude. What if, he knows a lot of shit?
Oh, pedo-wood and pedo-gate are the 2 same things.
Listen, what if he cracks this nut? Man. What if he cracks the nut?
He needs to snitch that
Listen,
ass.
he's gonna kill himself like Epstein, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The last fucking place I want to be if I'm gonna get suicided is prison.
Because here's the thing: Rikers Island is notorious for bullshit going on there.
Oh, for sure. Fucking, you know how many soups Hillary Clinton can buy, motherfucker? How many summer sausages? How many hot pickles?
They will bring in a whole
Kool-Aids?
A whole fucking truck full of ramen. Yeah. For the motherfucker that offs Harvey Weinstein. It won't be hard. He's weak as fuck right now.
He's also very fat.
Yeah.
And unhealthy.
Yeah.
And has a dick pussy.
Fuck, man. You might just be able to, confront him with a knife, and that might be all she wrote. You don't even have to stab him or nothing.
Imagine this dude's in the shower, fingering his dick pussy. And somebody comes in, because they always wear Timbs.
Yeah.
Right? And they kick him in the dick pussy with Timbs on. He's dead.
Yeah.
That's like a headshot on Bastion in the blue box on Overwatch.
Wow. I'm glad you threw that reference in there.
You feel me?
Yeah.
With both hands?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit right in the bed.
Yep. Jesus.
Oh, man.
I gotta go.
You're done?
No, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay. Let's take a quick break. Live, I'm going to reset you. Because we're probably about at that point. So we'll be right back on the live. As I scoot in. Suck it in, boy.
I saw that Respawn in Tel Aviv thing. It made me chuckle. I held on to that piss for way too long.
You got to let it go when it's time, you know? Mm-hmm. And we're back again.
Okay, so we were talking about Harvey Weinstein's genitalia.
Yeah, how the Jewish dick pussy, if you will. If you imagine a dick pussy with a tiny hat.
He's such a gross looking motherfucker too. I wouldn't be surprised if he had mutilated genitalia, but like I said, at the end of the day, I still want to see it. You know.
How do you think it? How do you think it got mutilated? You think he was born that way?
Well, I mean, you could speculate and say that you thought maybe what do they call it, what's the person who does circumcisions in Jewish culture?
Oh, the rabbi.
Well, there's a rabbi, but he has a special name.
I was going to say the rabbi that put his mouth on his penis because he was a Hasidic Jew.
Was he a Hasidic?
Let's just, we're speculating.
We're speculating.
So anyway, if you're curious about what we're talking about, go to Google and type in Jewish circumcision oral, and you'll find it. But
what if it's just hear me out now. What if it's just a side effect of excessive adrenochrome intake,
where your dick explodes into a pussy?
You know, you know how so
finger me.
Stay with me here. So you know how when in the Star Wars universe, when people become Sith, they slowly degrade, right?
Yeah.
And
I am the Senate.
Yeah, I am the Senate. You know, or even say they get deformed, right? I mean, look at Darth Vader. I mean, motherfucker was in a walking iron lung, and that was just after a short time of being a Sith.
Well, his bitch ass got cut up next to lava, right?
Yeah, because he's a dumbass. But never get cut up next to lava.
Shout out Eye on the Ball podcast.
So that being said, what if you when you get into that dirty shit, right? That's what ends up happening. Mm-hmm. You get what you pay for eventually,
right?
When you're pulling up, when you're drinking adrenochrome, which I'm pretty sure Harvey Weinstein rolled in those circles big time.
That's why Hillary was curious as to his whereabouts.
Yeah,
she ain't trying to get snitched out. I get it.
Yeah,
bitch.
Yeah. So
Stinkbutt90 stink.butt.69 on Instagram said, "You guys better stay on topic and quit with the peanut gallery comments if you want to make that Patreon money." Well, we're here to do what we do, my guy. And this is a Shoot the Shit cast.
Yeah.
We love you.
Peanut Gallery.
On the Ball podcast is waving. You should wave back with your cigarette hand. Show him that cigarette smoke. What do we got on that shit rag Daily Mail?
Oh, God.
Doesn't look as if there's anything going on Drudge.
Probably has something to do with Harry.
The Condor wants to know the weight loss on keto.
I'm going to say it's probably been about over 50 pounds.
50.
Yeah.
50-pound hitter. No end in sight either, right?
No, and I also do 16-hour fasting, too. So.
Intermittent fasting for the win.
Just talk about, coronavirus and...
So do you have any change in your opinion since the episode that we did on it, or watching the news? Like, do you think it's bullshit? You think it's a fear porn campaign, the coronavirus?
It's hard to say, because the thing is, like, the media has been touting it really heavy, which means they want us to pay attention to it.
Right.
But the thing is that...
They're also clearly lying about it. Allegedly.
Well, you have conflicting reports, because you have some, like I said at the beginning of the show, you have some people saying that to talk about it makes you an alarmist.
Mm-hmm.
Right. While other people are like, no, this is something you need to be concerned about. So, I don't really know where to put it, man, but looks like, who is this? Oh, this is Iran.
Is that Ayatollah Khomeini?
No, that's not the Ayatollah.
What's he been doing? Where has Osama
Holy shit!
Bin Laden lately?
The Iran's deputy health minister comes down with coronavirus at press conference
Suck my dick.
to reassure nation that country's death toll was lower than feared. Holy fuck.
Well, you know they're going to attack them because they're the next country we have to go to war with.
Well, that, and also they don't buy petrodollars. So
well, that's why. I mean,
that's a problem.
Yeah. Do they have a tiny hat central bank? I don't think so, right?
As much as I don't like Donald Trump, I gotta love when he hits hard,
Michelle loved Harvey. Trump attacks former First Lady and Hillary Clinton after movie mogul's rape conviction, which he calls a great victory for women. Look at that bitch trying to get all those women votes after he grabbed him by the pussy.
Listen, I'm not even mad at him, though.
I'm not mad at all. I'm just basically what I do in my life is push the line.
Yeah.
Talk the shit. People like it, people laugh. Or people get upset.
What I have found interesting, though, is that, and not to change subjects here, but Michael Bloomberg has tried to capture that same energy that Donald Trump puts off. Have you seen some of the shit he's been putting out?
I saw it the other day by your face while we were in the Factory of Sadness in the office, and we talked about, what was it, the week before we talked about his meme army that he's paying? Well, some of his YouTube videos, like, he has ones like a baby turtle doing this shit.
Yeah.
And my dude Tubbs over here was like, oh, baby turtle. Oh. And then it's Mike Bloomberg's bitch-ass face, and like, God damn it, fuck.
Motherfucker, you tried to capitalize on my love of baby turtles, you son of a bitch.
Slippery bitch.
Son of a bitch.
The Condor says, good job, my dude. Not my dude, I put that in there.
Oh,
good job, man.
Yeah, trying. It's a work in progress.
Giving you that love.
Not helping by drinking liquor today, but it's liquor. It doesn't have that much in it.
No, you're fine. It's no sugar.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I like to think, but due to my fear and anxiety, that it's probably a real kill weapon that was released. I don't know how much they're going to try and kill from it, but I would say take a lesson from Northern Italy and the censorship of Instagram, because I tried to post a picture earlier of a supermarket in Northern Italy, and they wouldn't let me post it for some reason. So I screenshotted it, shortened it, put it up, and then it went through.
Okay, yeah, so I just saw this on the...
Make sure you buy food.
On the Rag Daily Mail, right?
Okay.
Okay, so I guess Bernie Sanders, like, people have been asking, how the fuck are you going to pay for all the shit that you want to do, right? $40 trillion, mind you.
Which isn't shit, really.
Okay, so of the three things that are mentioned, one of them, I am like, you know what? Fucking do it.
Yeah.
But the other two, I don't know.
Collapsitarian 2020.
Because fossil fuel. He wants to tax the fossil fuel industry. I'm not for that simply because I buy fossil fuels.
Yeah.
Fossil fuels themselves is a term I don't like to use because it was branded by the Rockefellers.
Sorry, say that again.
The term fossil fuel.
Yeah, fossil fuel was, they had a Geneva Convention, and the Rockefellers paid off a scientist to go there and preach the evangel that there was scarcity in the form that oil came from fossil fuels. Which, if you think about it critically for a second, like some fossils turn to fossils, some turn to fuel, some plant matter. It's bullshit. There's not scarcity. Think of the earth like a human body, you know? You've got blood, you got veins, you got arteries. Think about it that way, because that's the truth.
But so military cuts was the second thing. And I have said for years that our military budget is so conflated and so huge and overbloated that it needs to be addressed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because the thing is, like, if you cut, I think the number is 80% of our military budget, we'd still have the largest military budget in the world.
We have the largest military in the planet, and the following, I think it's like what is it, 12? The next 12 places of largest military are all allies.
I'm going to be frank. In the interest of America, I would love to see us steer away from global warfare and global politics in and of itself.
I'd like to steer clear of government.
That too.
The largest killer of human beings.
And the thing is,
democide.
And while the oligarchs are in power, the third one scares me, and that's the Wall Street tax. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you want to talk about being a collapsitarian and being things to follow, that would be the one you'd want to happen the most. Because if you start taxing those motherfuckers,
right,
they're going to fuck you. They're going to fuck all of us. And the thing is, this motherfucker right here, when I say that, I mean Bernie Sanders, because you can't see it on the podcast. He will not suffer from this.
No.
Okay, but everybody else around us, everybody...
Didn't somebody call him out for his houses and cars and shit?
Well, okay, and here's what you know what, and it shocks me that I'm gonna defend Bernie Sanders.
Oh, don't do that.
No, I'm gonna do it because someone called him out on his 3 houses. It was Michael Bloomberg of all people, who's a billionaire.
How many houses does that tiny hat bitch have?
Okay, so Bernie Sanders has 3 houses, right? One is he inherited from his wife's family. One is his regular home in Vermont, which a lot of us are homeowners, right? Now, I don't own 3 houses, but I get that he inherited a house from his wife's family in a vacation home, okay? And the third one is an apartment in D.C., okay? He works in D.C. Wouldn't it make sense that he would have an apartment in D.C.?
Is that why he drives a sports car?
Okay, that I can't justify.
The Condor said, "Don't defend that communist."
Okay, that's the thing. I don't want to defend him.
He's a communist in the way that I picture communists. True communist. He's the dude at the top that's talking about pooling everybody's money, and he's going to profit off of it.
Well, you know, he's what a lot of people refer to as a champagne socialist.
Yeah,
you heard this before.
I'm sure.
Okay, he lives in a level of opulence that we can't even comprehend.
Not yet.
But he feels like that this system. It goes back to what I originally said about how I don't feel like his means justify his ends. Because the thing is that I don't care what he says, we're going to have to pay more for it.
Yeah.
And the thing is that not only are we going to have to pay more for it, but we're going to have to pay an unfair share of it.
Well, paying any share of his nonsense. Government is slavery, taxation is theft. Fuck that dude. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Government is slavery.
Trust me, my opinion has not changed.
I know it hasn't.
No.
I still hold that.
The problem is that we're talking about our fantasy, right? Our ideal world, right? I'm talking about the actual real world we live in.
The Matrix world. Yeah, right. I get it.
Because you have to talk about it.
No, that's what we're doing.
Because the thing is that as much as we would love to see a world where you don't pay income taxes and government isn't harping or hindering your rights, the world we live in, unfortunately, is the one where they will tax you to death and they will infringe upon your rights. That's all there is to it, Yeah.
I'm going to hit this shout-out thing real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out Beth Coots. Shout out Rodney Coots. Hi. Miss you.
Yeah.
The Condor said, he's a Maoist. God damn it, I wish I could talk through this. Internal screaming will do.
I'm sorry, Theo Condor. It's not like I'm not a communist by any means.
Just hit us with your thoughts and I'll read them. It's a shoot the shit cast.
Like I'm not trying to defend by any means. Like, I'm not throwing my hat in Bernie Sanders' ring. I don't throw my hat in anybody's ring.
I feel like there's only one politician that deserved any credibility and like defense, and that's Ronald Paul, and he's not even a politician anymore.
Nope.
Daddy Ron. I won't defend his son.
Nah, because he's a
Ronald Light.
As far as I've come to a point with him. I don't even know if I want to call him Ronald Light. He's more of a shill.
Yeah, he's more of a war hawk.
He's a Republican shill.
Yeah.
He every once in a while he'll make a good point, but I'm not throwing my hat in his ring.
Nah, fuck him.
Now his dad, I would have listened. I would have carried his standard in the battle.
Oh, for sure. Because he was an anarchist. He was an anarchist that made it in and stayed in forever, and he was known as Dr. No. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck the government. Don't take money.
Yeah, I would have carried
taxes.
and I'm not one to tout other people or to be subservient to others, but I would have carried Ron Paul's standard in the battle.
Ron Paul,
his works and his speeches are something that everybody should and I'm not one to tell people what to read or what to do, but his literature alone, as far as I'm concerned, for any person emerging into the libertarian / ANCAP / volunteerism, anarchist world, should read his work.
Linda Poe said, fire them all and clean house and start over. I agree with that, except I would not start over.
Well, not start over what we have. Start over something new.
Yeah, start over with something that doesn't involve us voting the majority to take away the minority's rights. Let's have
when
a
I say
natural
clean
law
house,
background.
I mean all the Alphabet Boy organizations would probably be gone.
Everything's gone.
Yeah.
We don't need any of that nonsense.
But
Day of the rope.
All right, I think that about wraps it up for us.
You done shooting the shit?
Yeah, I think I'm done shooting the shit.
Okay. Well, we got one more Theo Condor, and then I'll shut up.
Okay, what do you say?
Annually, we have a deficit of about $1 trillion on all government spending. Mm-hmm. He's wanting to increase the spending $100 trillion over 10 years.
Oh, trust me, I know.
We would have to pay a tax rate over 80% to foot that.
Listen, and I'm totally with you, because the thing is it's an episode we're planning to do here in the future is the big giant menacing elephant in the room with spikes for tusks and battle armor on
that no one wants to talk about or look at,
that was trained by ancient Indian armies to pick up people and crush them with their trunks and shit like that.
Are we talking about
that kind of elephant?
The
right?
dead cock?
That's also happens to be the color pink.
Okay.
I don't know why it's pink. It just is.
It has to be.
Is the national debt.
Yeah.
And we plan on doing an episode about that, but we need to do and just as much as anybody else, we like doing our research and our footwork before we do something of that caliber on an episode. Because somebody brought it up to us. Hey, talk about the national debt. And you know what? That is an amazing topic.
It is a great topic. We never even thought about it.
We got to do the legwork on that one, because that is a multifaceted, huge issue that needs to be addressed. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, Theo Condor, I am totally with you on that. This is something that, unfortunately, here's the thing, as it is now, as the national debt is now, this is something that we will not even deal with in our time. Our children's children will have to deal with in their time.
Till it collapses, you know what I mean? But there's absolutely no way mathematically to pay it back.
Yeah.
Can't happen. It's a fake number.
Unless you get rid of the bankers.
Speaking of that, Stinkbutt said, guillotines are cheap, boy. Then he said rope is cheaper.
And you could also, here's the thing about guillotines. I mean, you could theoretically use rope over again. You could it doesn't run out of ammo, but it will eventually snap.
You got a strong hemp rope though. How many bankers would that support?
I mean, a lot. But all I'm going to say about the guillotine and that is you can literally you can just go through it. You know what I mean? You don't even have to it's a simple setup. You drag them to it, and then you put the next one in.
It's over.
I'd say per capita, it's the German heritage in me that says that the most efficient way to kill bankers would be with the guillotine.
Yeah. By
and large. And it's the most efficient. And, I know you probably don't care, but it's probably the least cruel way to kill people.
You know what would be awesome, though?
What's that?
If you got some of those egregious boys, like the, just allegedly, of course, the top bankers, the Rothschilds, or whoever you want to put the name on. The shitbags that we all hate secretly and can't get to. Instead of giving them a sharp guillotine, give them a dull boy.
Well, the thing about the guillotine is it's not even about the sharpness; it's about the weight.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you want a dull boy.
You want a dull boy. You're gonna have to go old fashioned with an axe.
Yeah.
And that is going to be some gruesome shit to watch. Listen, hey, anybody out there that really wants to gross themselves out, by the way, you should check out The Gauntlet.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask you that earlier. How can they find The Gauntlet?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you if I was sitting right here. Just
maybe DuckDuckGo, The Gauntlet.
DuckDuckGo, The Gauntlet.
Yeah.
It's a series of videos, and if you can make it to the end,
right?
Yeah, it's 20 videos. If you could run The Gauntlet, and here's the thing, the worst one is even, as far as I'm concerned, the worst one I had to watch. It's weird. But they're just terrible videos that you're supposed to get through.
I technically didn't make it past. I'm not even going to say what it was, but I want to say for some reason it was either video 4 or video 6, and it only involved. Never mind.
Nope.
But I technically lost because I wanted to stop at that point, but because I was in the room with someone else who was also doing the gauntlet, I couldn't be a bitch.
There was one. The one that almost got me was the one that wasn't even theoretically violent, and just involved a sexual act that was particularly gross. That wasn't against the law, mind you. Do I have to say it?
No.
I'm gonna say it. This is schmegma.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's a shout out Reverend Do Nasty on Instagram, because I was in the room with him while I'm watching the gauntlet, and I didn't want to be a bitch, so I didn't stop. But
she's got a taste for it.
We hit that schmegma video, and I'm like, I'm over by the trash, trying not to pay attention to, and he's like, oh yeah, he's really getting a taste for it now, baby boy. This motherfucker doesn't give a shit. Check him out on Instagram.
And with it, I think that wraps it up.
All right.
Hey, if you want to get a hold of us, you could always get a hold of us on Instagram.
Instagram.com/Bones and Tubs.
You could also get a hold of us on our email.
bonesandtubs@gmail.com.
I tell you what, you want to join the Eternal Order of Bones and Tubs?
Bones and Tubs at patreon.com.
Start with just $1 a month.
$1 a month. Can I mention the update real quick?
Yeah.
You think we...
Yeah, go ahead.
We're going to change it. The reason why I've been so apropos about putting it out is because I felt weird selling a book list. I don't like selling knowledge. Like, I don't know, I'm gross, I guess. Yeah. It's gross, I'm gross, whatever. What we're going to do is we're going to put the book list out on the $1 tier, so everybody has a chance to see and read. What the fuck's $1? You know, I lose more than $1 a month in my fucking couch. But I think if you want more in-depth or you want to hear our thoughts on it, we're going to try and figure out some sort of system. We're going to put videos up of one or both of us talking about the books and how we felt about them.
Yeah. Or
what reason we put them on the list for. That makes me feel better.
Yeah. All right, so with that, we hope you enjoyed the episodes. Just a shit cast, you know. We hope you have a good rest of your week. We hope you tune in next time. Between now and then, you guys stay safe.
Also, go to our YouTube, Bones and Tubs Show.
Oh, there you go.
Subscribe, and we love you.
We really do.
Cryptic as a Nas intro. Damn right, I grew up on Esco. And rockin' in Pac, exposing the plot. I lost my heart when Soldier Slim got shot, but they still live on, and more than these songs. I'm in a war just to right these wrongs, so I write these songs and spit it from the heart. And came from the side that they call dog. Had a label, boxed in a trap, living life under a microscope and attack. That's all of us living against the odds. They were never in our favor. Check the paper that they print and sell. It's all a scam. Fake is the money that's in your hand. Have you seen the plans or read a book? Or do you hide your face? Are you afraid to look? Well, that'll all change when there's nowhere to go. Just do me a favor, don't turn cold, cause it'll be rough when you finally see. But it'll be worth it, cause you'll be free. It's a state of mind, a sense that makes sense. Don't you forget that we're all heaven sent. Look from the stars, we're in charge. But right now, we're all living at large. 101 for being nothing but born free, and then wrapped in thorns. If you do the math and add it up, you might finally see that we've had enough. Cause anyone living who's less than 13 years of age has been living in a cage since that day they cursed us all when they blew them up and we watched them fall. Every day that they've been alive, they've been living in a line, a world at war. Every day that they've been alive, they've been living in a line, a world at war. Every day that they've been alive, they've been living in a line, a world at war. Every day that they've been alive, they've been living in a line, a world at war. Nah, it ain't all good, but I won't let them take what's left of what's good. The power we hold, the love we know, and we can see when the eyes are closed. It may feel like the hate's about to win, cause it's all you see. Just a sin they played to pray. prey every day on our minds to keep it all in a cage. They choose what they feed on the TV, and they thrive on hate, so that's all you see. More the same, the hate and pain, the doubt and fear, a darker rain, and the same old fool who lives the rule, who's got the cure and the right last name. And if you don't pay to play the game, they might take you out and then blow your brains. I ain't shocked that they shot him, or surprised that they locked them all the way into the end of days. That's how it goes when you give it away, your power over the cowards who are ruled by force, and show up at your porch on a pale white horse and then hunt you down just like a sport that's real. But see, what hurts the most is those who watch like it's all a show, like the Hunger Games, cheering all the while they're living in chains that they can't see. But I don't blame them, cause I know what they face. I'm just like them, tracked and traced to keep us safe. Why? We're enemies of the state. Every day that they've been alive, they've been living in a line, a world at war. Every day that they've been alive, they've been living in a line, a world at war. Every day that they've been alive, they've been living in a line, a world at war. Every day that they've been alive, they've been living in a line, a world at war.